All right, what's good, everybody? What are we on now? It's still Tuesday night. It's Tuesday, at least at the time we're doing this. You're checking out a new Wrestling with the Topics. Lee Sanders here, joined along by the beautiful and the lovely Tammy Sanders here. How you guys doing, man? You know, the one time I tuned in live in real time to check out NXT. Good God Almighty. I did a show earlier this afternoon, and I was talking about how I wasn't feeling what's been happening with the NWA product as of late, right down to the point I'm going, why am I even spending the money on this Fight TV subscription? I mean, it's only $5 a month, but if you're not watching the content, why are you even bothering? I said that earlier. Mm-hmm. But after watching NXT, I'm going, shit, I'd rather watch NWA. Because at least they make a fucking effort. Yeah, that shit was bad. It was interesting because a few people that were in the Discord, they were saying NXT's normally not like this, but even they were admitting, yeah, tonight's it's not popping. I just noticed way too much talking, which was a first for NXT. Because when, if you had a criticism of NXT, the last thing that you would hear is too much talking. But that was one of the things I noticed. It came off Vince McMahon-ish, even though he's no longer, right? Supposedly. But it came off very Vince McMahon-ish. You know, I hadn't watched NXT regularly on a weekly basis, talk about it on the show in probably like about 2 months. So it's always interesting when I go in to watch these shows with a fresh set of eyes because I'm not watching it on a consistent basis. Mm-hmm. I'm still seeing some of the people who I'm liking, although it kind of feels like they're taking a little bit more of a backseat to these other pet projects of up-and-coming stars, but I just couldn't help. I don't want to see nobody get fired. I don't want to see nobody lose a job. But at the same time, there's motherfuckers I'm looking at. This is all about entertainment at the end of the day, right? It's all about entertainment. Nothing personal. But I'm looking at some of these motherfuckers. I'm going, can, keep, can them too, keep, can. I just, woof.
So that's like 75-25 in the way I'm hearing you talk about it.
Yeah. 75 canon, about 25% keep.
Wow.
Seriously. And for you guys that want to know if your favorite wrestler is on the chopping block list or whatever, rather than have Tammy sit through, because she doesn't usually watch the NXT. She damn sure wasn't watching it tonight. I will gladly give you my list tomorrow on Wednesday's show. I'll gladly do that for you guys. But yeah, I just was shaking my head going, damn, at least NWA's trying. Say what you will about Impact Wrestling and the low viewership numbers that they're getting, but at least they put on a damn good piece of content weekly, right? Even with their Twitch pay-per-view joints that they're doing and all that, at least they make some type of a conscious effort. I think it might have been Rob Taker that said it in the Discord. NXT has become a glorified developmental show. That's what it's become. And look, I'm not knocking it. If that's your cup of tea, if it right, cool. But see, here's where WWE messed up, and I think we all can agree with this. WWE messed up the minute that they said we're gonna pull NXT off of the network, and we're gonna give it to a TV network.
Mm-hmm.
That was their biggest mistake when they pulled it off their own respected network, the WWE network, to give it to, in this case, NBC Universal. Right? I get it. The rights deal, all of that. I get it. I get why they did it ultimately. But that was a really bad move because, it's basically, here's this present. Oh, wow. Hey, this is really cool. Hey, you like it? Yeah, I fuck with this. Thank you. Great. And then 6 months later, hey, you know that GIF I had got you? Yeah. Well, I just got to change some things with it. Why? I like it as it was. And I was really, yeah, I know, but I just got to change a few things with that. I'm going to give it back to you, right? You're going to love it. But I'm just going to do a couple of tweaks. But but I like how it is. I like it I know, but it's going to be even better. Trust me. And then you get it back and you're like, well, I liked it the way it was before. You just kind of messed it up.
Because this is pretty much some shit.
Right. That's literally how I'm feeling right now, right? The hope is that maybe at a later date, once Triple H has gotten his feet wet with the main two brands, maybe eventually he'll circle back and he'll.
So basically, you're trying to say it'll hopefully trickle down.
Hopefully, Triple H will, because that was his original baby, right? So.
Well, it was good when he was doing it.
It was damn good when he was doing it. So what's good with you guys? Hope you guys have had a fantastic week so far. I was just online earlier, a couple hours ago. If you missed it, I put the show out for on demand and on the downloads because we were supposed to do it on Monday night, but I got sidetracked checking out the episode before the finale of Better Call Saul. Friendly reminder, next Wednesday, hopefully you guys will be able to join us. Me and Julian Cannon of Wrestling Court and the Nocturnal. He is going to be teaming up with me next Wednesday, early afternoon. Hopefully that's not stepping on the toes of Kev and Mitch, because I know normally they do something either Tuesday or Wednesday, typically Wednesday. Hopefully that won't be stepping on their toes. Maybe I can kind of make sure we coordinate a little better just to make sure it doesn't. But we're going to be covering the series finale of Better Call Saul. And that's going to be fun. That's definitely going to be fun. So if you're going to be around next Wednesday, check that out. That'll be good. So, yeah, just got done putting the show out that we did earlier today for On Demand and downloads a few hours ago. So here we are again doing this. I got some great fucking news in between the show breaks that I definitely want to share with you guys. I don't know what this means for the shows going forward. I'm going to do my best to figure it out. And normally when you hear something like that, you go, just talk it. Everything's going to be. No, I really am not sure what's going to be happening with the shows going forward. So let me explain. Nothing bad. All good. All good. All right. So I'm checking my emails. I got to take a sip of this tea, by the way. So I'm checking my emails. And I just happened to log into my college email. And I find out that I have been awarded basically not one, but like 2 scholarships. And basically, total it out, it's about a little over, a couple dollars over 10 grand. All right. So I'm at a 2-year community college right now. I pretty much began that journey last year. First quarter of last year, if I'm not mistaken. No? Has it been a little longer?
Very late 2020.
2020 doesn't sound right. No.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't 2020.
No.
That might have been when I enrolled, but the classes did not begin until January.
No, you started taking your first classes either really early in 2021.
No, it was January.
Or Okay.
I remember.
So January of 2021.
Yeah, January 2021. So it's been over a year. That's my whole point. You gotta forgive Tams. Tams will get very technical, like Rain Man technical. She won't
Very funny.
She won't let it slide. You know, she will be like, no, it was actually 1 month, 4 days. I mean, she'll go technical.
I am not that technical,
Yes,
guys.
oh shit.
I might be a little technical, but I don't go to hours and minutes.
Nigga, you technical. You technical. Fuck that. I don't care what you technical. Anyway, so I get this email today that basically said I got awarded these scholarships. And so we're going, holy shit. So I'm already sitting at about 20 credits right now. And just so I can hit the sweet spot of, okay, I'm going to take this where I am with my credits, go do an internship at a TV news station, radio station, or whatnot. I think I need at least 30 credits.
Or more. Ouch.
Right, 30 credits or more, right? So I'm already at like 20. So this amount of money that I was awarded, I can pretty much, I was doing the math as far as the credits go. At minimum, we're talking at least an additional 20 credits if I do it right. Highest, that's minimum credits, okay? Highest, we're talking probably 30 credits, right? So just imagine that, right? So I would be so fucking close to actually having my associates. And then it's kind of like, okay, well, do I want to continue or do I want to go for I do want to go for the bachelor's. I do want to go for a bachelor's while I do an internship, right? So that's the news. I got a fucking scholarship, and it was like, oh damn. And so me and Tams were talking about it. I gotta get in contact with my school counselor tomorrow to figure out, okay, so what classes, because one of the conditions, some of you guys probably noticed, when you usually get awarded grants, scholarships, and all that, there's certain conditions that you have to meet. Usually the conditions persist around, hey, you got to make sure that you're taking at least X amount of classes and getting X amount of credits off of these courses. Of course, those credits, it has to apply to your major, right? You can't just be taking any old fucking course, right? It's gotta tie to your major. So that's one of the main reasons why I gotta talk to the counselor, because I already knew about one class that I'm getting ready to take in a couple of weeks. But getting this news, this changes everything. So now I got to go back to the drawing board to figure out, okay, well, besides this class I was already eyeing at, what else can I take that's connected to my major that I'll get credit for, literally credit for, and go from there. So, we were talking about it, and, we definitely were in agreement. It's not every day you get a blessing like this just out of thin air. And like, we can do a lot of good with all of that scholarship money, right? So we're thinking about it, and I think I just want to prepare you guys the way it might go down in the near future. I could just be doing one show a week as opposed to what I'm currently doing. What I'm currently doing right now, we do a Monday show, we do a Tuesday show, we do a Wednesday show, and then heaven forbid, if there's a pay-per-view, if there's a pay-per-view, then we're doing 4 shows, right? Just depends on what's happening during that respective week. But typically we're doing 3 shows a week. So I may have to cut back on the shows and just do 1 show a week. And then, of course, if there's a pay-per-view, obviously pay-per-view post-show, right? The original plan that was put out there, and I just kind of shot that down real quick. The original idea was stop doing the shows. It's like, I've been doing this over 10 years now. I don't think stopping cold turkey would just, I did it before. I remember I did the shows. I stopped doing the shows a couple of years back. I stopped doing the shows for like 6 months. And it wasn't by choice. I was just getting my ass whooped left and right with work. And it was a bitch. It was a bitch. But I remember back then, I love the shows. I love doing the shows. It's like, and so yeah, this go round, especially now that we've really been doing a better job building and establishing a following, and then on top of that, the great partnerships that we're able to have with some of these sponsors, that we're able to work with and everything. I'm sure everybody collectively can understand. Okay, yeah, one show a week, especially if it means it's just one show a week temporarily for just like a couple of months. I think most people would fucking can definitely fucking understand that. So I'll keep you guys posted. But yeah, I wanted to share that piece of news with you guys because I thought that was hey, this is because I think that's a victory for all of us. I don't know about you guys, but I personally love hearing and seeing when friends of the show are doing good. When good things are happening to them, like when Julian went to the San Diego Comic-Con and we showed him a lot of love, especially when he was able to meet The Rock and all that. Showed him a lot of love. So it's always good. It's always good. Shout out to Eddie. Poor Eddie. He's supposed to have some day off, and it was granted. With the same person that was doing the scheduling, they fucked his shit up, so now he has to work. And it's kind of like, just remind them that, it's like you already got him in black and white, like go fucking do you, Nice show that we got loaded up for you guys. Where I want to begin is on this tip. Now, you and me, we have done our fair share of Comic Cons. We've done our fair share of public gatherings, and we know the whole deal. We know the whole spiel, all right? We've been involved in some form of press media for a minute now, but at the same time, we have also been spectators as a result of being members of the press media.
Mm-hmm.
I bring that up because we had a very interesting, and it was fun watching this go down in real time over the weekend. There were a lot of people that were disgruntled over the Sasha Banks appearance at C2E2 in Chicago over the weekend. And where most of this had stemmed from was the fact that people who were at the event were mad because they were not told beforehand, before purchasing their tickets, that, oh, hey, this is how Sasha Banks is going to do the pictures with you guys, right? You didn't learn that until pretty much way after you gave the motherfuckers your money, be it online or in person. You were already in line, and it was about maybe 10 people before you got to meet Sasha. You're told, hey, da 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 da, and then it's kind of like, wait, what, huh, and then it's pretty much your turn. It's like Ralphie, Christmas Story, what do you want for Christmas, little boy? Get him off my lap, right? And Ralphie's kind of in that brain fart the whole time. So here's, because I don't think I showed you some of the pictures.
That's
right.
One.
Right. So that gives you a little bit of an idea of the distance. And for those of you that maybe want to jog up other people's memory in the Discord chat there, go ahead, post some pictures. Welcome to those of you that's tuning in right now, however you're doing it, via Discord, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch. Just use the keywords, the RCWR show. And then here's another one. Right? So, I mean, as you can see, Sasha Banks is being a little bit selective who she gets a little bit close to, and then who she's pretty much going, yeah, keep that shit away from me. Here's another one. All the pictures that's floating around that we've seen so far from C2E2, she's not hugging anybody. She's not embracing little kids. None of that bullshit. This is one of my most favorite images, because it's like, well, damn, how much money do you have to spend to get as close to her? That's my favorite fucking image. I will share in the Discord, because I don't remember where I saw this one, but when I saw it, I just fucking died, and I fucking laughed my ass off when I saw that. But so we saw this, and it had people. It's bad enough that homegirl already has a bad rep for, she don't like the fans. So it's already bad she has that going on, okay? But to see the type of pictures that was floating around and everything, you're kind of going, Jesus Christ. You and me, we've done our fair share of meet and greets, all of that. I mean, we definitely can relate to this on a few levels because, just to remind folks, and when we remind you, we're not reminding you to throw it in your face. So never take it that way. If we're reminding you about something, it's just for full context, right? But for those of you that may recall, and if you don't, I did a review on YouTube. You could more than welcome to check out the written up review I did over on the 411 Mania website. But when we did the Jericho cruise, it's no different than when we went on it, and I was very excited to meet Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. Tams was very excited to meet Kurt Angle as well because she not only appreciated his contributions to the business at the time that she had began, and that kind of puts a smile on my face. It's nice to know that you were able to see Kurt Angle in his prime before he really got, before Father Time had really caught up to his ass by the time he got back to the WWE. But it's not every day you get to say, you met a Olympic gold medalist, a legit Olympic gold medalist, right? So we're both very excited for this. And I remember heading into the cruise, like, man, I'm looking forward to him signing the big gold belt. Like, man, can't wait to get his signature on the big gold belt. The big gold belt. I'm talking Rain Man, Tams earlier. I was fucking Rain Man, like, yeah, I gotta get him to sign the belt. Got big gold belt. Gotta get him to sign big gold belt. Gold belt. Can't go on the cruise without him signing the big gold belt. He's got to sign the big gold belt. So get on the fucking cruise. We find out that, how much it's going to cost for the Kurt Angle joint. And then we're like, hey, not hearing anything about an autograph. Does this include an autograph? And the people that's talking to us, they're like, can't really tell you for certain. You're more than welcome to, bring your props or whatever, but don't see anything about he's supposed to also be doing autographs. As far as we know, it's just photo ops, but you'll learn a lot more once you hit there. I'm like, okay, all right, cool. So, day of the joint, because Kurt Angle was originally supposed to do photo ops, I believe Friday, but because the shit had went down with checking in, it was the delays, fucking ridiculous, because the ship did not finally move until damn near 11 o'clock at night, if not a couple of minutes past 11. That's when we had finally set sail. It was so disorganized how they were doing. Remember, this is still at a time where the vaccines were slowly rolling out, but there was this tedious procedure where they had to basically triple check that your ass ain't had no COVID. Otherwise, and we watched it with our own two eyes, people that had tested positive were turned away from the cruise. There were some salty motherfuckers in them lines, right? But Kurt Angle was supposed to do his thing that day. But because we were so, everybody, just everything.
Most of the
all events.
Of it.
Yeah.
That was scheduled for that, any of the activities or what have you that was happening on the cruise.
Yeah.
On that day, that was rescheduled. The ones who got on the ship early, were
there were people in the lines, from what I had heard, there were people in the lines as early as 6 a.m. And it was a bitch. Because they didn't finally, like, the earliest you can get on the boat was basically like 1, 2 o'clock maybe. But
somewhere between 12 and 2.
But because of what was happening, right? Just roll back to that respected year. It all kind of makes sense, right? But anyway. So I get the big gold belt. We go. We're in the line. We're waiting to meet Kurt Angle. Very excited. Next thing you know, we're like about maybe 5 to 10 people away from meeting Kurt Angle. And we find out from somebody that was just making the announcement, it's kind of like they were barking orders, hey, you'll be able to shake Kurt Angle's hand. No autographs. Repeat, no autographs. Kurt Angle is not doing any autographs. And then they brought out this little sign letting you know Kurt Angle wasn't doing autographs. You're like, Oh, fuck.
And all the crap you had in your hands had to stay on the table.
It had to, yes. It had to stay on the table. So you meet Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle, total fucking pro, shakes your hand, asks you how you doing, thanks you for coming on the cruise and all that. And then you stand on one fucking side of the triple whammy sign, way across on one side. And
Yeah, we're pretty much, as you guys can see if you're in Discord, we're kind of at the $200 level.
yeah, there you go. Yeah, so you see the image? You see the image that's in the Discord right now? That's pretty much where, that's pretty much right. Kurt Angle's on one side, we pretty much right. That's how we were doing it. And I remember how we walked away, and we were both disappointed because we were expecting more of a intimate kind of shot, especially all things considered for the amount of money that was put out there for that cruise.
Amount of money.
Not to mention, we tested negative as well as everybody
3.
else. Right.
Times 3.
Yeah.
So not only did you have to have been vaccinated, you had to test negative, a week prior or a week and a half?
Yeah, or no, a week to bare minimum 3 days prior.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
And then you had to retest after you got on the cruise.
Right.
Or I'm sorry, in check-in.
At check-in, yeah. At check-in, you had to get retested, which was a confusing process in itself because we don't want to bore you with that. But I remember I had struck up conversations all throughout the weekend because at different points, Tams would check into the room. She would check out for a few hours, especially if it was kind of late night. And I would go roaming and just, I'd either go hang out at the blackjack table, or I'd go hang out at the bar, just listen to whoever's playing or whatever. And I would strike up different conversations with people, and practically all the people that I had came across that had did the Kurt Angle meet and greet, they all were like, yo, what the fuck was that shit? Because they were, like, I don't know, you tell me.
Right.
Right, how did you feel? Right, I'm asking them, and they're like, well, that was some shit. I tested negative. We're all negative on here. We were able to ditch our mask as soon as we got past the checkpoint, and I don't understand. He's negative. We're negative. What the fuck? Why couldn't we have this nice, great, intimate shot together? Now, not everybody operated that way. We had a awesome. It was very redeemable because we met Jazz. Mm-hmm. Jazz was very personable.
Yeah.
Come in for the greeting, nice little hug, arm around your back, all that shit. Rock and Roll Express, same way. Danhausen, same way. Will Ospreay, same way. Britt Baker, same way. It just really depended on that person's preference. Mm-hmm. Now, that in mind, if you were to say to me Sasha Banks was, okay, this is just the way that she is, she's pretty much treating every single fan this way, okay, I can respect that. But as some of the photos that you've seen and many others that are out there, which I highly would encourage, if you guys haven't seen them yet, definitely jump out there and check it out. Random, she would just go and embrace a female, but 90% of the fans, she was just, right? And so you had people that were pretty much, right, you already got a bad rep for not liking fans, not giving a shit about them. You got fans saying, man, you're going to do this. Why even bother? It's not even worth the... A lot of people gave Naomi props because Naomi, she did try. Naomi tried to actually get physical with folks and, take little nice intimate pictures and all that. So, I didn't see really anybody say anything bad about Naomi. It was pretty much directed towards Sasha. So, I guess to kind of get your perspective as a somewhat casual wrestling fan, but also mainly as someone that's, you've tagged along with me. You've done enough of these press events. You've done enough of these con events. Does it surprise you at all to hear the level of scrutiny that Sasha Banks was put over? Or you're not surprised? Where are you on the grand scheme of things?
So it pretty much was I was a little bit surprised in reference to hearing that.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess on a scale of 1 to 10 of how surprised I was, maybe a 6. Because I really did think that, you know, we're getting into that time of this season that, you know, things are a little more lax. You know, I get that, okay, your health and your well-being is your rep. I get that. But again, you have a rep, a name to uphold. I understand if you're going to be one way and one way only. Fine. Hey, I mean, people are going to bitch, moan, and gripe about it, but at least you're consistent. When you're not consistent, that's when people get pissed off.
Right.
And especially when, not grant you this day and age, you know, it's not a grand amount of money, but it's enough. It's enough to where people would be salty in reference to the fact that, hey, I put down a couple of pieces of change to get this. And you gonna stand over there like you could really care less? Whether I'm in this picture or not.
And then just for full context, in case people don't know, Undertaker wanted like I think $149 for a photo op, or I don't know, $200. So just imagine if like you and a friend, you know, hey, look, I got $100. If you got 50, let's go do an Undertaker pic. At least he'll fucking embrace us.
Yeah, because like you said, again in context, there's a waiver there.
Yeah.
You get COVID, well, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But they're also putting themselves at risk too. Even though you sign a waiver, either way, they're putting themselves at risk.
Right.
But again, back to Sasha Banks. It wasn't only the money. It wasn't only the fact that she was standoffish in reference to standing off to the side. But the look on her face. The look on her face was basically like, I'd rather be anywhere but here. Right now.
That's the honest vibe you got from
what I saw.
Interesting. Did
You know,
you guys listening? Was that some of the same vibes you got that Tams got when you were seeing some of those pictures? Be honest. Very, very curious. Post a little something in the chat. Be honest.
On some, I mean, for me, on some of them,
Yeah.
it looked like I'm not interested. You're creeping me out, or okay, I'm just doing this to collect my check and I'm gone. You know, when you're in a public eye like that, not a good look. Not a good look, because you want people to buy into your gimmick. And if you're going to act like you could give 2 shits less, why should they buy into your gimmick or even buy into you?
Mr. Money is saying that's the feeling he got when he saw some of the pictures from the weekend. Same vibe you got. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I see when I look at her facial expressions, her body language. You know.
Okay, so now let's look at this on a much grander scale. Does it surprise you that in this stage of where we are with vaccinations and all that, does it surprise you that there are still some talents rolling out there and are pretty much, yeah, look, we're doing a plexiglass, or you're going to stand way over there? Or does this really come down to what that person, their preference?
Their comfortability level.
Yeah.
I can see someone who has medical issues, you know, immune system stuff, you know, medical problems. Okay, I can see them being a little more protective.
Or maybe they've got to go do some filming.
Or it messes with their livelihood if they get sick.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. there are people who think that the pandemic no longer exists and act accordingly.
Yeah.
I think it should be about protecting yourself first. Damn what do people think. Because obviously if there's no you, then, there goes that.
Right.
But I think people are so eager to get back to the way things were.
Yeah.
They're tired of status quo for the last 2 years.
Right.
So in getting back to the way things were, that means going back to something like an Awesome Con, a Comic Con, and not having to deal with, hey, I got to stand 15 feet from this person,
Yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
But, because, I might give them something.
Yeah.
So it's understandable, but I think some people need to be more laxed about it. I mean, I ain't say you had to hug up on them, but at least stand semi near them. Ha!
Yeah, I'm sorry. For those listening on demand on now, I just posted some of the other funny pics with the Sasha Banks meet and greet, and my one dude that's got the I don't know, $100 foot long distance there between him and Sasha. And then you got the Last Supper table, I don't like reading stuff like what this one brother had said here, and I definitely wanna post this, because this is the one post that had picked up a lot of traction from Chiron. Shout out to him. I've seen him off and on a couple of years at different con events. He said cost was $130 for the duo pick. While I was happy to be in the room with them, the distance thing was a shock and not the experience I was expecting. I saw the pics of them hugging women, and I did not need to touch them. Keep in mind, everybody is reacting to, but I notice everything in one take. I can tell you a lot about a person in a picture, just looking at it. This is obviously an older man. He comes off as somebody that's probably in his late 30s to maybe late 40s. He has a wedding band on his left hand, which tells me he's married. Okay. So obviously this is somebody that's just coming out just trying to represent. He's just a fan, right? But he goes on to say, I saw the pics of them hugging women, and I did not need to touch them, but standing next to them would have been nice. Now, you guys probably don't remember this, but there was somebody, if not earlier this year, last year, that had all these rules. It was a female, and they had all these rules about what you can't do.
Oh, it was AJ Lee.
Was it AJ? Yes, so. It was AJ Lee. Yes, it was AJ Lee.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember going, God damn, that's a lot of fucking rules. Well, how the fuck is a person supposed to remember all that shit? What the fuck?
Don't stand to the side.
Yeah.
Don't bend over. Don't
some
collect
shit.
$200.
Right. Yeah. Some bullshit.
But she was charging
AJ,
an arm and a leg.
Right. And here's the other thing. You knew that wasn't AJ saying, I want, this was basically the people that was representing her, sponsoring her being at this event. So, because we all were unanimously in agreement, whoever the people were that were representing AJ for this particular event, like, she needs to, like, not work with them anymore, because that's just,
I remember you saying that verbatim.
It was like highway fucking robbery and everything. So what I don't understand, why not do a case of monkey see, monkey do, where, hey, if you're a Sasha Banks fan, if you're a Trish Stratus fan, all right, well, go on their website or go on their social media joint, because, there's some rules to try to help you get prepared beforehand. If you're interested in purchasing a meet and greet, at least that way you can say all the bases were covered, nobody was thrown off guard. That way, well, I didn't know, like, well, the person had said it themselves on their social media. You don't follow them on, like, because, like, if you think about it, 8 out of 10, if you're willing to come out of your pocket to see these mofos, then 8 out of 10 you were on. You're following them on social media.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
And on some type of fan page, or you're following exactly what's happening for the next meet and greet.
Right.
You know, whatever the next event is.
Right. I'm going to say this in closing in regards to this. Guys, girls, this is going to, look, Sasha Banks, asshole, put that to the side. This is the new norm. We just showed you guys some pictures of how it went down with us and told you examples of how it went down with us on the Jericho cruise. This is the new norm. There are people that when it comes to photo ops, autographs, they have personal preferences. So in this day and age that we're in right now until the foreseeable future, you got to spend that money. If you're going to spend that money to see that said celebrity, then you got to be preparing yourself mentally for the worst, which is there's probably going to be a 6-10 foot distance thing or whatever. And then if you're proven wrong, okay, that's great. That's fucking great. But I'm definitely right there with you guys because that's a nice amount of money. Not everybody's got $150 that they can just throw down like that. And, they want the best human experience, that's fucking possible. They do. I hope that for some of these people that were able to meet Sasha and Naomi, I hope they were at least able to get hand sanitizer on their hands, shake these people's hands, and then do because at least then you could say, well, at least I did get this. Might not got the type of intimate pic that I wanted, but at least I was able to shake their hand and yada yada yada, yakety fucking smackety. But this is a new norm. I hate to say that. I mean, we've gone to and we've covered enough con events, public events, especially during this whole pandemic. This is unfortunately the new norm, and y'all just got to be careful. I still remember even before the pandemic, I still remember when we went to go meet Stan Lee. I don't know if you remember this, but leading up to us getting in the line and everything, those of you getting ready to do the photo op with Stan Lee, do not touch Stan Lee. You cannot hug Stan Lee. Do not ask Stan Lee for an autograph. If you're going to try to touch Stan Lee, you will be ejected from the convention and you won't get a refund. You can put your hand around the back chair of Stan Lee's. I remember there was just all this shit that was going on with and you're like, I remember by the time I got to the fucking joint, keep in mind, I'm meeting one of my fucking childhood idols. Very seldom will I fucking right? But because the totality of everything that they were saying, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. By the time I fucking get up to Stan Lee, I couldn't even say to him what I wanted to say to him initially, which really sucked because then he died, not that long after. But I wanted to say to him, sir, thank you kindly for the wonderful characters that you created. Thank you for the contributions that you made to the comic book industry, because your characters, your stories, it kept me out of trouble as a kid. It inspired me to try to be an artist myself. Hell, I went to school for it and everything. I wanted to tell him that. Well, by the time I fucking get up there, don't do this. All I could do was just stand there like a goof, cheesing.
Right.
So.
Agreed, and that was before the pandemic.
Yeah, that was before the pandemic. Yep.
That was just the rules and regulations when he was there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. Goof posted some pics. See, here's some examples of some of the folks that were. Look, this one right here, Billy D. Williams. Billy D. pretty cool. Just get in there. Billy D's like, hey, just stand right there. Look at that. I don't know who the sister is, but the sister got a divider up.
Oh, I do.
The
Oh,
sister right here, she got a divider
that's
up.
funny because in the picture it looks like a pole.
You know, it does look like a pole. And then is that my girl? Who is that? That look like Rosario. Yep, that's Rosario Dawson.
Oh.
Rosario just said, "Come on in here. Go for a hug." Oh, is that my sweet little angel from The Walking Dead? Kind of looks like her. Is that the cute little girl from The Walking Dead that is Michonne and Rick's kid or whatever? Or adopted kid or whatever? Kind of looks like her. I could be wrong. Kind of looks like her. Who's the kid in the last picture? That looks like the girl from Walking Dead. If that's the girl from Walking Dead, goddamn, she's fucking aged, man. Cause like I remember when I first saw her, she was like much smaller than that and everything. And oh, she was one of the Ewoks. Whatever. Star Wars, like I don't care about Star Wars. So that's that. But speaking of like movies and all that, all right. So we didn't react to it last week because the show was pretty much over. And I wanted to read up on it more, but I think it was, I'm trying to figure out who it was so I can give credit. I think it wasn't Eddie. It might have been Lightning that was posting right as the show was ending. But apparently Warner Brothers had decided to cancel the Batgirl movie after damn near $90 million was pumped into it. And this was supposed to be a HBO Max premiere. And yeah, $90 million pumped into this bad boy. And as you would imagine, it did not go well. Put to the side for a second. Look, I know we're in this day and age where we got to have all this great diversity that's going on, right? Nowadays, everybody's so concerned about the diversity quota, right? We got to have the trans quota. We got to have the black quota. We got to have the female quota. We got to make sure we have the blue collar quota. We got to cross off all these fucking quotas just to make sure that when it comes to nominations and not to mention just making sure we hit every single demographic. We want to make sure that we're pleasing every... Here's a better idea. Why not just focus on telling a really good goddamn story and hiring the best goddamn men and women for the role? How about that? But that's besides the point. So you got this Batgirl movie, you know, all this diversity, I'm like, okay, all right, well, besides that, what else you got? You know, we're not really given an answer as far as why this movie was ultimately shelved. The only thing that we know right now, we got a new head honcho in charge at Warner Brothers and everything, and he just personally felt that with the blanket statement that he put out there, he's basically saying that, look, this movie, it's just not feasible financially. You know, it turns out it's just not feasible for us. We really wouldn't be getting a return on this movie. Mm-hmm. So it just makes more sense for us to go ahead and, you know, meanwhile, you got this Flash movie that, God, I lost track how much that budget was. I think last we talked about the Flash movie, I think we said maybe that was like, I don't know, $200-300 million fucking dollars for a budget. That movie is still on fucking... But Erza Miller made the headlines again this week because the motherfucker... burglary has been... Yeah, the motherfucker has been charged with burglary per a report from the Vermont State Police, as they it was a cited report by Variety that apparently Erza Miller has been arrested again, charged with burglary in southern Vermont. According to the report, law enforcement found probable cause that Miller entered a house in Stanford when the homeowners were gone and took multiple bottles of alcohol. Court date set for September 26. So this is like, okay. All right, so it's bad enough we got this guy, you know, molesting kids, cult follower thingamajigga, and I mean, like, how much more heinous fucked up shit does this dude need to do before Warner Brothers says, okay, you know what, let's just go ahead and cut the plug off of this goddamn movie? Because, and I agree with everybody that's outraged, you know, the hell with the whole, well, Batgirl had this, Batgirl had a black woman of color being the, they had a, put all that to the side for a second. How about just the fact that the men and women that worked hard on this film, that have not been involved in any controversies that we're aware of, how about they get an opportunity to fucking shine, and you take this piece of shit of a Flash fucking movie and do like we had talked about, what, a month ago? And said, look, shelve the fucking movie, recast the fucking role, get as far away from this dude as humanly possible. Because who the fuck is going to go see this movie in their right mind with all the controversies in mind?
A drunken pedophile.
Yeah. A drunken, abusive pedophile.
Right.
When it's all said and done. I just... Oof. Yeah, I mean...
He really, really needs to get some help.
You know, now for those of you that need a little bit more context on the whole Batgirl getting axed, studio insiders, they're insisting that the decision to axe Batgirl was not driven by the quality of the film or the commitment of the filmmakers, but by the desire for the studio slate of DC features to be at a blockbuster scale. So you've got conflicting reports that's out there. On the one hand, there's reports that's saying that Warner Brothers, they wanted to try to beef up the budget of Batgirl, and that if anything they wanted to try to have the movie come out much later, right? So you're kind of hearing that, but that at the same time, you know, in regards to that Flash movie, we see how that was budgeted, and they're saying no, that is because that movie is specifically being budgeted for a theatrical release. So they're almost kind of talking out of both sides of their mouth. It's like, okay, well, which one is it? Did you want to pump more money into Batgirl to make it be as successful as humanly possible? Or did you just decide, you know, either way, no matter how they try to justify it, it just looks bad on so many levels. They had J.K. Simmons, who was... from Oz, who was Commissioner Gordon. They had him come back to reprise his role. Michael Keaton was slated to have a significant role in this movie. Brendan Fraser was locked in to play a major villain as well. So really? I mean, yeah.
As in George the Jungle?
Encino Man? Do you mean Encino Man? Brendan Fraser.
No, you're like in The Mummy, Brendan Fraser?
Yeah, but, you know, we
No, I'm just...
Yeah, Brendan Fraser.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad he's getting work.
Yeah. No wonder you were like, wow. Yeah. Damn. Well, you know, because, you know, usually when Brendan Fraser's not able to get a movie role, you know, you can usually see him at your local Harris Teeter, you know. Paper or plastic.
Right along with Alvin.
You know, paper or plastic. Oh, shit.
Alvin's at checkout and he's in the frozen foods.
Oh, shit, damn. Yes, Brendan Fraser was able to find work for a change in the cinema department. Yeah.
Well, good. No, I'm really glad he was able to land that.
So, you know, the movie sounds like, you know, I think... Look, here's what I think. What I just said a few minutes ago. Just cancel the Flash movie. Give Batgirl the opportunity. I'm very concerned about Michael Keaton because this new head honcho in charge at Warner Brothers, the way it's coming off right now, Jason, is it Momana?
Oh,
Momoa? Aquaman. The Aquaman dude.
Aquaman.
He had recently revealed that apparently Ben Affleck had filmed some stuff for the Aquaman sequel, and you're like, well, wait a minute, how does that make sense? Because the Flash movie is supposed to come out first, and then we're supposed to down the line get an Aquaman movie, because the events that happened with Michael Keaton making his return in the Flash movie, that's supposed to set up the next batch of DC films. So to hear that Ben Affleck had filmed some, so a lot of, and as they should be concerned, now a lot of people are saying to themselves, well shit, maybe we won't get to finally see Michael Keaton as Batman after all is said and done. I hope that's not the case. I really hope that's not the case, but at the same time, it's, when are you gonna put your foot down? You got so much fucking, I just can't help but wonder, goddamn, does this nigga have to pull a OJ Simpson before you all go, yeah, we ain't touching that?
I think they're waiting for everything.
Momoa, thank you, Maurice. Momoa, Jason Momoa.
I really think that at this point they're just trying to wait for things to die down and see if they can salvage it. Well, apparently they're not dying down at any time soon, obviously. And it just gets worse. It just gets worse. It's one layer after another layer. Nah. You need to part ways.
I've always believed in this philosophy. If somebody is broken, spiritually, mentally, right? I've always been a firm believer that if you were to give them a fucking jackpot of money, if they haven't resolved what's going on mentally, emotionally, spiritually, it's just going to amplify those problems times 1,000.
Always.
And that's exactly what's going on with this Erza dude.
Yep, always.
Very unfortunate, man. Very fucking unfortunate. So, that's that. And yes, Brendan Fraser, Encino Man. That's the first thing that comes into mind. You know, it's sad that some of the stuff that he got attached to, because there are some really good gems. There's some really good. One of my all-time favorite performances that he did in a movie. It's a movie that I feel doesn't get enough praise, and I will sing its fucking praises till the day I die. But I loved Brendan Fraser and Elizabeth Hurley in, was it Bedazzled, where Elizabeth Hurley had played a female devil, and she basically granted Brendan Fraser's character like 7 fucking wishes or whatever, and pretty much by the end of the deal, she would have his soul. And it was a comedy. And Brendan had showed wide fucking range in that fucking movie. Just great versatility each role. Because, like, one role, he wished that he could be more touched into his feelings. He wished he could be more sentimental. And then you saw him as this, like, punk-ass bitch. He's like, oh my God, the stars are so beautiful when I look into your eyes. I mean, he was saying like some real, and he had this weird poofy curly hair, tennis short sweater, little tied up little. It was fucking hilarious. And another joint, he was a Don Juan motherfucker that knew Spanish, and it turns out he was a drug kingpin. It was like, that movie, if you could find that movie, I remember the greatest travesty I saw some years back when I used to buy my movies at Best Buy, as a high school student. I remember I saw it at Best Buy in a movie bin for like $5, and I remember being so goddamn upset, 'cause I'm like, man, like, this is a good ass movie. Why is this movie fucking $5? Like, nah, man, that's a trap. And I remember I bought it. I said, nah, that's all right. I'll give you a really good. Yeah, Mish got it. Yeah, the most sensitive fan in the world. Yeah, that's my shit. That's my shit, man. I love that fucking movie. Anybody that's ever seen that movie, you gotta watch that fucking movie. Then there was another one. Remember when he had the wish where he was a basketball player, and there's like some girl. So, like, there's this girl that he wants so bad, and he's trying to get this girl to like him. But, like, each one of his wishes, right, he's fucking it up somehow because he's not being very, very specific. And each time he thinks he's crossed everything off, yeah, he
There's
sees
something he missed.
Right. There's always something else that he misses. So he's like, okay, I want to be a nice, big, tall basketball player. I want to be a famous basketball player. I want to have all the money in the world. I want to be a big, tall, son of a bitch basketball player. So Devil does that for him, right? And then I guess it's the same girl, like, interviewing him backstage, and he comes out of the shower, he's naked. Well, he got big and tall in all the right places, but his dick is as small as, a fucking, I don't know, 3 peas from a can put together, right? And you gotta, Maurice, Goof, y'all gotta watch that movie. That joint was the fucking shit. I promise you. Trust me, I'm not overhyping it. That movie was the fucking shit when it came out. And it just made you go, yeah, this is why I fuck with Brendan Fraser. You know another movie that he was good in that's very underrated? Crash. A lot of people forget.
Yes.
A lot of people forget he was in Crash.
Yes, that was very underrated.
He was very good in that. And
that was a serious role for him.
That was a very serious role.
Very different from what what his other roles were.
Yes. I thought for sure the direction he was going at that point in his career, I thought for sure, okay, well, shit, if he's going to keep pumping out good stuff like this, he can do no wrong. Mm-hmm. Boy, was I fucking wrong, and yeah, it's Bedazzled. Yeah. That's my fucking movie, man. And Elizabeth Hurley, good God, was she fucking delicious in that movie. She was so fucking delicious in that movie. I saw that movie in the theater, and I was just in tears with laughter when I saw it. I had loved that fuck. There's very few things I can remember from 15, 20 something years ago, but shit like that I can remember vividly as if it was yesterday. I could tell you everything I was doing. I could tell you how I was feeling. And I remember when I went to see that movie, I wasn't quite sure what to expect, but I was sold on the trailers I saw on TV. And by the time I came out of it, I was like going to all my friends like, dude, you gotta see this shit, That's a movie you can look back on all these years later and say, that actually was pretty good. A movie that you can't go back and say, Shallow Hal. Gwyneth Paltrow, Jack Black. You remember Shallow Hal?
I remember the trailers.
Oof.
I'm pretty sure I didn't see it at all.
Oof. I watched that for the first time since I saw that in theaters this week. I watched it a couple of days ago. That movie was... I'm thinking to myself, how did I think this movie was good? I'm like, how did I think this movie was good? Because it was just... I mean, they tackled every single fat joke cliche that was in the book. Jesus, that movie was... That was bad. That was fucking bad. Pauly Shore. That was another one that was stayed doing fucking goofy movies, man. Pauly Shore was the fucking man. Pauly Shore was the original Rob Schneider, but fucking cooler back in the day. Rob Schneider's now a fucking asshole. First of all, Rob Schneider was never fucking funny to begin with, but when you have when you have certain presidents, that's when motherfucker. I want to see Kevin Sorbo, Rob Schneider. Give me another one. Definitely Alex Jones, aka Bully Ray. I want to see all those motherfuckers get sent to another planet. Like, don't come, just don't fucking come back. Seriously, don't fucking come back. Good times though, good times. Yeah, Shallow Hal. You're not missing anything. So you never saw Shallow Hal, huh?
No.
Really?
Only saw the previews.
Wow. Hey, you weren't sold on the previews, huh?
No.
Okay. Well, you ain't missing nothing, honey.
Well, to be honest with you, I've never really been a huge Gwyneth Paltrow fan.
It's weird because for some of us, we got this, but she's cute. She's got this homely she's got this homely kind of cuteness about her, and back then, it's like, well, you can't really do no wrong if she's in the movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's a movie I would definitely say stay away from. If you see that motherfucker on your TV, go in the other fucking direction. Seriously, go in the other fucking direction. Oh shit, Encino Man. I remember Encino Man. And you got Weekend at Bernie's. So what's this I'm hearing? You guys chat me up to speed. What's this I'm hearing about Ric Flair apparently blacked out twice in his last match?
Man, it went from once to now twice.
Yeah, now I'm hearing twice. I meant to read the fucking article today, but apparently he blacked out twice during this match. I'm going, well, why am I not surprised?
I'm not surprised.
It's like, what did you think was going to happen with a 73-year-old man that was, that is the equivalent to grandpa, we need this money so we can keep this house over our head. Well, what do you want me to do? We want you to go get hit by a car. Well, why can't y'all go do it? Y'all much younger than me, and y'all can survive.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I know, right? Did you catch what she said? She said we want it to be more believable. That's almost like that image that's floating around. There's a GIF. I have it on my phone, but it would take me an eternity to find it. There's this fucking car accident, right? Supposed car accident.
Oh, yeah.
You got this car that's in an alley. It's broad daylight. And there's this old man, white shirt, black pants or whatever. He's taking his time. He's walking across the street. He's walking across this little alley, right? Why this song just popped up in my head, I don't know. I'm thinking Robert Palmer now. Sneaking with Sally through the alley. When up comes the wife. Right. Anyway. So you see this old man. He's trying to cross the street. And you see this car. It's not driving fast at all or anything. It's creeping up like at about like -1 speed or some shit. 1 mile per hour.
So baby's like 5 miles an hour.
Right. It ain't even 5 miles. It's like -1 mile per hour or some stupid shit, right? And the car stops. The car stops like 3 feet from this old man. And what does this old man do? This old man throws himself on the fucking car going, oh, and he just fucking falls all on the floor and shit, on the ground and shit, acting like the car fucking hit him. And I guess after Pops realizes this shit ain't gonna work, he just picks himself on up and he just walks away. Like, yeah, my nigga, payday ain't coming for you today. Oh God. I don't know if you guys would be able to find that image, but shout out if you're able to find it. That shit's fucking hilarious. Let me tell you, that shit's fucking hilarious. Oh my God. Whew. So did we tackle the whole, what exactly do we think is going on with Warner Brothers? I mean, I think we don't need to go back to that, right? When it's all said and done.
You're not talking about in the Flash, are you?
Yeah, I mean,
No, that's not. That's beating the dead horse.
Yeah, I don't think there's really anything.
Nope.
But just to kind of go back to that one more time, I think if anything, we all just need to read a little bit more into, because they got that new deal with Discovery now. Mm-hmm. There was a merger.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see what happens to I'll say this. It's going to be interesting to see what happens to the subscriptions for all of that.
They'll probably add more content and hike up the price.
Oh, that's going to happen. Mm-hmm. We didn't talk about it. What do you think about Netflix? Because I want to pick your brain on this. So there's this report that apparently it was about 3 weeks ago. I kept meaning to bring it up, but we got sidetracked with other stuff. So this past quarter, Netflix lost 900 subscribers, 900,000 subscribers. So when you hear that, give you a little bit of context and everybody else a little bit of context. One of the things that Netflix was like, okay, we're going to put a stop to this. We're going to come down hard on this They didn't like the fact that motherfuckers were sharing their passwords. Right?
Yeah, they were losing money.
So if Maurice or Eddie or Mish, hey man, I didn't watch the new Sandman episode.
Oh, here you go.
Here you go, homie. Here you go, homie. Right? All right. So they're losing money from that standpoint, right? Right? I hear other people say, it's interesting because people I've spoken with privately, they've said to me, well, when you do stupid shit like what I just talked about, that's how you're going to alienate and lose people. But then I've heard another group that has said, I'm not feeling them continuing to do the shit with the price hikes. They're losing me on the price hikes.
I think...
Hold on. One more. Again, different conversations and different stuff I've seen online that people are pretty much saying. The third thing is... I'm having a hard time really because you would want this. But the third thing is there's way too much content on Netflix. And to that I say, well, can you elaborate a little bit more? Because when you say to me there's too much content on Netflix, I go, well, that's great because that means I'll be getting my money's worth. Go ahead.
Well, in reference to the price hikes, I think it has went up damn near $10 in the last year. And that's okay. Not great, but okay if you're providing more content. And yes, they are providing more content to an extent. But in reference to providing more content, you're also keeping the same content. So, in essence, like I have browsed Netflix a couple times, just independently, right?
Okay.
So, and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I'll watch that with Lee later. And then that's about it. So, it's almost like, is it really worth it to me to now spend damn near $22? And this ain't getting regular channels. This is just Netflix.
Yeah.
$22 a month, damn near it, for me accessing the same shit. And it's kind of like, I don't know.
See, I agree with...
And the quality of the product. Because you could, I mean, in reference, it's like, oh, shit. Oh, yeah, I got to watch that. Oh, wow. Yeah, I got to watch that, too. Now it's kind of like, yeah, I'm good. I'm going to pass. Yeah, I'll watch that with Lee later, whenever we get a minute. Speaking of which, we need to get back into Cobra Kai.
Yeah, there's a new season getting ready to...
Yeah, I think we're 2 seasons behind.
Almost. We're 1 season behind still. We're about to be 2 if we don't... Because I think the new season is in October.
Probably.
I think it's in October. Mish brought up a good point, and I've been noticing this more and more because I've been watching a lot of content on Amazon Prime. Okay, by the way, for those of you that were with me earlier, did some of you go watch the Garfield show yet?
Oh, good grief.
Okay, yeah, so quick sidebar. So I was on the show earlier. Somehow we got on the topic of Garfield. And I said, yeah, have you guys watched the new Garfield show? And I had a couple of people correct me. You're talking about the one from the 90s. I'm like, no. There was one that is from the 2000s. And they're like, no, it's not. Like, no, there was one in the 2000s.
Yeah.
It's CGI. It's 3D, and Garfield's mouth, it moves and everything. And people, it was amazing watching the people that were with us throughout the different platforms. It was amazing watching them like, no, nothing. No, I never heard of that one. Right. And the people that did, yeah, that one is the shit. That one's better than the other one. Like, so did some of you watch Garfield? I'm very curious. The Garfield show, if you have not yet, I'm very curious. But Bish brought up a good point. What do you think about the idea of watch parties? Because that's something I've noticed, particularly with Amazon Prime. You can usually, whatever you're getting ready to watch, right? You can do a watch party if you wanted to with folks. What do you think about? You think that could be helping out with Netflix as a way to kind of smooth things out? Because when you're 900, okay, 900,000 women, we got a problem here. What's I like the idea of a watch party, but let me see you and I'll raise you one. I think there should also be some type of incentive, right? For each month that you continue to be a Netflix subscriber, I think, there should be some type of a loyalty based program, right? Where for each month, think Microsoft Rewards. Everybody that has done Microsoft Rewards, all you got to do is browse on Bing or whatever, and you get points. And those points add up, and eventually you can turn them in. Lord knows I've done it for over a decade now. I've been able to get hundreds of in-game content, new games, music, the works, because of the fucking Microsoft points, right? What if Netflix were to implement some type of system like that, where for each month that you remain a member, maybe you get like $1 credit or whatever, and eventually maybe that can add up to, you guys fill in the blank. Or if you do some type of a buddy referral, right? You get a referral, and like if you get like for every 3 people you're able to referral, you get 1 month of Netflix for free or some shit like that, right? What would it take for you all that's hearing this right now, and we'll be hearing this on demand and on the downloads? What will it take for you to keep your Netflix subscription?
For me, it would be content that I want to see. That would be some semi-revolving, or even switching out some of those shows. I didn't say you had to switch them out forever, but hey, each week there's, hey, we swapped this for that, or hey, this, is coming out, which some of that already happens, obviously. But I do think that the incentive portion is something to really think about, because that's how most other people keep their customers.
Like, I wish Netflix could take a page off of Fight TV. Those of you that are familiar with the Fight TV back end, you know what I'm talking about. Every time you order a pay-per-view or whatever, you get some type of credits back, and those credits add up. And eventually, if you want to use those credits to give yourself a month off, for your subscription, you could do that. Or if you want to buy a... What do y'all think about this whole idea about Netflix looking into live TV? Because rumor has it they're now trying to tap into live sports. Let me tell you something. I'm going to make a bold prediction. If Netflix is able to tap into live major sports, that is going to be the death of fucking Verizon, Xfinity. That is the last...
Yeah, because their sports packages are what sets them apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be something else.
I mean, just imagine that. The Monday Night Football rights, that's coming up for renewal pretty soon. Could you just imagine if Netflix was able to strike a deal with the NFL?
That would be really lucrative for Netflix.
Yeah.
It would be a game changer for everybody else.
Yeah. A day and age where we're already trying to cut the cord.
The only bad part about that is everything is so compartmentalized, and everybody is vying for the attention of your mighty dollar and your watch time. And at that point, it's like, okay, well, I've got this app, that app, this subscription, that subscription. And by the time you add it up, hell, you're paying more than you were when you had cable.
To the point, internet would go up even more as a result. I mean, by process of elimination. But that would be definitely a serious game changer if they were successfully able to tap into live sports, right? I mean, that is just because we've been pushing YouTube TV now for God, at least over 2 years.
Yeah, that sounds about
Over
right.
2 years. They're good, because we were paying, my God, we were paying damn near over $225 a month with Verizon Fios. We had like what? With Verizon Fios? What did we have? Like 500 channels? Not a motherfucking thing on, because all we would watch is MeTV. The whenever wrestling was on.
In this,
We were paying like
in the Sanders
225.
household,
Yeah.
it's pretty much a handful of rinse and repeat.
Yes. Handful, rinse and repeat. Yes. Ain't that the fucking truth? TV's watching us. We're not really watching that, right? But
Well, after a while, after the rinse and repeat, it's like, yeah, I've seen that before.
but to the point. We were paying like $225 a month when we were with Verizon Fios. Yeah. Right?
For the whole package.
For the whole
but
package.
that included internet.
Right. And now we're doing 64 and change. We started off, I think, at 50 something, but then they raised it. Mm-hmm. They raised it for YouTube TV. Now,
But don't you have another app that you pay for?
Philo.
Mm-hmm.
I have Philo specifically so I can watch A&E, so I can watch the WWE biographies.
No, I pay for Philo.
Well, let me see. Netflix.
I pay for Netflix.
You pay for Netflix? Fight TV.
Lord have mercy.
I pay for Fight TV
So he can watch his wrestling.
so I can watch my wrestling. There you go. I know, Mish. She usually gets the higher end of the stick, I tell you. But this past weekend, I got the longer end of the stick. So we had went out over the weekend. We hung out with our best friends, Marcus and Tasha, and we were hanging out at the National Harbor, right? And we went, if anybody, you want some good barbecue, and Mish, I wish I could have remembered this then, but I had like a fucking brain fart. But I think honestly, by the time we would have got over there, it would have been closed, 9 times out of 10. But Cadillac Ranch, some of the best fucking barbecue and, I mean, seafood. And so we go there, right? Matter of fact, I'll load up some pictures while I'm sharing the story here. So I had got some bomb ass fish tacos, right? And the waiter that we had, she was a sweetheart. She was like, "Hey,"
she was very nice.
She was like, "Hey, unfortunately, there's no the fish. It's tilapia. You okay with that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's fine, huh? Yeah, no problem." She's like, "Okay, great." So she comes back. And I mean, oh my God, that shit was delicious. I tore that shit up. They had, I got some IPA. I wish I could remember the name of it, but I do remember the Fleetwood drink that I had got.
Barracuda?
Nah, it wasn't a Barracuda, nah. But I had got, it
Started with a B.
was some beer. It was some beer, I know that, but I immediately had right after that some Fleetwood drink that had lemonade, vodka, gin. It was a real nice fucking combination. And that shit had made me nice and toasty.
Oh, he was nice and toasty.
I was nice and, well, that's how I got to relax sometimes. Because sometimes I'll feel kind of tense and shit. And I just got to, I feel like I need to, be loose. Like if you want to get me really rolling, that's how you got to do it, right? So, I think Marcus had a macaroni bowl. His bowl was huge. The portions at Cadillac Ranch, y'all, they are fucking huge. They are fucking huge, man. What did you get? You had got a pulled pork sandwich, right?
Pulled pork and the mac and cheese.
Okay. What did Tasha get?
She got the steak tacos.
Ah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. That oh my God, was in fucking heaven. I loved it. The shit was good. So we get the bill to the point earlier, right? Tams usually gets the,
the short end of the
short end of the stick, right? There's been a few occasions though where, and this was one of those rare occasions.
Right.
Right? So like we get the bill, right? And the Williams, they insist they want to pay for their shit. I'm like, okay, all right, cool, whatever. We got to do the mortgage anyway, so it's all good. So we get our bill. I'm ready to see a bill for like $65, $70. Shit. Nah, that shit was a couple of dollars off of 100, right? And so
no, get it right.
it was 96.
Right, with tip.
Wait, with tip?
Yes.
So then we're in the triple digits, right?
No. It started out being 85 and some change.
Well, remember, woman, I was fucking inebriated, so come on now.
Well, that's why I'm telling the story.
Well, help me out.
I'm helping you out. So we get the bill, and I'm peeking over just to see what it is. And it says it's 85 and some change. And I'm like, what the fuck did we order? I'm thinking, Jesus, I only got a sandwich and some mac. And he got some steak tacos and a darn pretzel, which the pretzel was amazing, by the way. But I'm like, $85. It's like, damn inflation. But anyway, so he liked the waitress so much that he insisted, even though, there's a gratuity that's already there. He insisted that we had to, in addition to that, add on a tip. And it was like, oh, well, it's split by these people. And he's like, no. I want her to get the tip. So
I gotta admit, I sadly don't remember this.
Even to the point, he's saying, am I making sense? I said, yeah, for the most part. And he's like, oh, okay, good. So anyway, so he has the tip, and then at that point it becomes around $96 for it, and so I'm looking at like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to pay for this motherfucker. Okay, so I hand him my card, and he's like, well, I got it, and I was like, okay, fine. Cool. I went to snatch the car back. That motherfucker wasn't coming back. I'm like, damn, it went over there a whole lot easier than it's coming back. So finally he let go.
I don't remember none of this.
So
when I say that Fleetwood drink was toasty, that bitch was, that's that Samuel Jackson. How's it taste, motherfucker? Good.
Uh-huh. He was good to the last drop.
Oh, shit.
So, but anyway,
God.
good times had by all, and it was, it was
that
nice
shit.
meal.
That shit was funny because when we initially we were supposed to all ride together.
Oh, Lord.
But then I heard that Marcus was supposed to be in his fucking Knight Rider mobile, and I'm like,
Knight Rider mobile.
I'm like, yeah, I don't feel like, like once I ride with you at least twice and I get a good idea how you are as a driver, I kind of go, my mind's already made up if I want to ride with you again or not, right? So the two times I remember riding with this guy, I kind of remember going, where the fuck are you going? We're just going to a goddamn liquor store, my dude. Like, why you got to do this thunderous driving? Like, just chill, right? It's kind of like, So, him, fast car, yeah, nah. So, I say to Tams, I'm like, I'm getting ready and everything. And I'm like, hey, babe, say some bullshit like, we sadly, we're not going to be able to ride with them. We're going to ride in our own car, right? And she's like, why? What's the problem? And I'm like, well, I don't feel comfortable, and normally that should be the end of it. But she's kind of like, she's like Perry fucking Mason asking me 1,001 fucking questions and shit.
And I'm getting 1,001 excuses.
Okay. And so finally, I just say to her, look, I don't like the way the dude drives. And I'm like, not to mention, we gotta run some errands anyway. So what the fuck that looked like? They drive us all the way back to our house, right? Just to drop us off at our car, and then they gotta drive all the way back up north just to go back to their house. Like, that's fucking stupid when it can just be, oh, that was a good meal. Oh, yeah, sure was. Burp. Yeah, that was very good. Hey, we gotta do that again. Yep, bet. See ya. Right? That's great. Okay? Lord knows they probably got gas. We're gonna have gas. And it's nice to just, on the way home, just burp. Don't have to worry about clutching those cheeks all the way until, God, I never thought we'd get out of their car. All that shit. So finally, time comes, I say to Tams, hey, did you tell Tasha? No, not yet. I'm like, God damn. Like, what the fuck you waiting for? And she's like, well, we might as well go outside now. So what are we going to do? Just tell them we're going to ride in our car. Just tell them I got gas or something. I'm like, now I'm out of ideas. I'm like, just tell them I got gas. Tell them I'm gassy and not, so we're going to go ride in our car. Sure enough, Tams said that shit as ghetto as I don't know what. So she fucking knocks on the side door window. I'm thinking she's going to text this to Tasha, right? I'm thinking she's going to text this, right? I swear to God, sometimes we act like fucking Jack Lemmon and fucking Walter Matthau when we're fucking together, right? So she fucking taps on the fucking window like fucking Walter Matthau. Hey, yeah. You all know how Tam sounds. Hey, so we're gonna ride in our car, cause Lee's gassy, and I'm just like, God damn! All you needed was a bullhorn. Just announce it to the whole fucking world. Like even if it's not true, you just like it's nothing. Like, he's gassy, so. Did the bus hurt when it rolled? I don't know, dude. I don't know, man. But I tell you what, if I could have been white or light skinned for 3 fucking seconds, I felt beat red. I'm like, man. And then you had the awkward 5 seconds of silence where I'm watching Tasha. She's processing the fucking info. Okay? He's processing the fucking info. And the next thing I know, she's like, well, okay. And we're like, okay, yeah. So you get in the fucking car.
No. He's got to fake me out for at least 2 minutes to tell them that he's got gas.
Yeah,
and go,
I'm rubbing my belly.
I'm sitting there like, what the fuck are you doing?
Get in
the fucking car already.
I'm putting in the work, man. I'm putting in the work. I'm working it, right? So Marcus, if you notice, Marcus kind of has a weird look on his face. That's because it turns out he was sick that weekend. And I like how Tams didn't even tell me this shit, right? Oh, yeah, so the hits just keep on coming, right? So Tams doesn't tell me at all that Marcus is sick. She doesn't tell me that Marcus was sick. Or actually, I don't find out Marcus is sick until we're sitting down at Cadillac Ranch. And, that's, blah, 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 we're just conversation, blah, 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 nonchalant. Yeah, I'm running a fever.
I did not know. He told you that all when we were at the restaurant.
Right.
I told you before we left.
Oh, you did?
Which is when I found out.
Okay. I apologize. All right, so he's sick, right? And obviously the first thing that's clicking in my head, if you know me well enough, if you're sick, I don't want it, right? Like, I don't care if you're wearing a mask. You ain't coming near my house. But then Tams goes, he took a COVID test. He's negative. Well, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, that's good for today. But it might take a couple of days. And then, right? So all you can do is just knock on wood and hope that he continues to remain. But yeah, when we were in his presence, he was sweating a little bit. He didn't even finish his food. He took like 3 fork bites. He didn't even eat the pretzel that came to the table. Mm-hmm. He didn't even eat, because we had got a big ass pretzel wheel for the table that came with honey mustard and cheese, and he didn't even touch that. He just took 2, 3 little fork bites of his pasta, sipped a little bit of his alcohol, and that was it. Dude was not. It was enough for me. That much I do remember. Even though I do remember saying to him, "Hope you feel better." Because I made sure I went out of my way to let him know that. Because I remember I patted him on the back and I said, "Hope you feel better."
No, actually, let's be for real. What he actually said was, "Yeah, if I don't know you and when you stay sick, you really should stay the fuck home."
Yes, that's also true.
That's
two things that are said from me are true. Yes, if I don't know you like that, yes, stay the fuck away from me. Stay the fuck at home. I don't. No.
Yeah. So that's actually what he said.
Yes. Stay the fuck. I know Marcus well enough though. It's like he's cool. I know Marcus well enough. That's cool. It's like, but no, it's like, no, really, you really should stay home. You really should. You my nigga, but you really should stay home. I'm just saying, right? But he was a soldier. He was a soldier for going through that, because I totally would have.
And it was hot as hell.
Yeah. Well, you all were hot. I was fine.
I was hot.
I was only
sweating
hot
under my glasses.
I was only hot because of the booze.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Yeah, I would want. Whew.
Yeah.
Oh, so wait a minute. It gets better though.
Lime green.
No, that was before.
I'll tell the lime green story after you.
You tell the lime green story. So we go out. We go out to the after we finished, because he wasn't feeling good, so we decided to call it short. And we go to the parking garage. And I was ready to say, okay, well, nice to see you, and goodbye, and see ya. All right. And he's like, yeah, let's just follow him to the car. They was good sports. Okay. I'm thinking to myself, this isn't going to end well. Because I know my bestie. And my bestie is very location challenged when it comes to where she parked her car.
So basically, remember the infamous Seinfeld episode where Jerry and crew, they go to the mall and they can't remember where they parked the fucking car? That's what happened with our friends. And we were tagging along with them. What should have been a 5-minute fucking walk turned into a almost half-hour fucking walk. Like, dude, seriously, where's the car?
But wait, so we walk into where it's supposed to be. And we go up, we go down, we hit the button. We go up, we go down, we hit the button. And it's like, yeah, I can hear it, but I don't know where it is. So Q you too, yo.
I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Right, exactly. Marcus was like, shit, this must be the fucking Matrix. So, I don't know what it was, but anyway, we go up, we go down, and still it's in the same place. Like, here I am.
Yeah.
I don't know why you motherfuckers can't find me, but here I am.
This seemed like some Final Fantasy 7 type of bullshit.
Yeah, we actually had to go up the stairs,
right?
Go to the next level versus turning the corner.
It seemed like some Mario Brothers kind of shit. Like, jump on top of this brick then jump over here. And did you know that you can go behind the sky and you can bypass all of this just to get to your fucking car? That's how it felt.
Yeah.
When all of that was going on. And this much I do remember. I remember at one point going, man, these fools ain't gonna find this car. Let's just say fuck it. And because my whole thing was, this should be a quick 5-minute walk. And then, we'll either walk back to our car because we know where we parked. Or they could just, we could trouble them for a ride. Right? Half hour later, we find their car. At this point, Marcus is like, well, I guess on that note, I guess you guys definitely need a ride to y'all joint, right? And I'm thinking, hey, look. If you were paying attention to my body language, I wasn't asking. I was getting in your fucking ride. Like, you gotta give me a fucking ride after taking along with your ass for a half hour to find your fucking shit. Like, no, it's in my due, actually. So, yeah, let's go. Right?
And it's, downtown downtown Inner Harbor, you can't go that fast.
You can't go that fast,
no. But, so yeah, we got back and found the car, our car, no problem, whatever. And I think the last time was actually AwesomeCon, where I basically, I knew the general location, but I wasn't completely sure, because when you go up one way and then come out a whole different way, it just turns my head around.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I think that was the last fight we had.
Oh, yeah, before Mish. So this wasn't the AwesomeCon weekend where Mish no.
No, yes it was.
It was?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one. Yeah. So I was chewing in the Tams.
But this was the next day.
That's okay. So yeah, night one when Mish and them, you're right. No, it was the next day. And I was just going full blown fucking Jerry Seinfeld on Tam's ass. I'm going, how the fuck do you not know where you fucking parked your car? I don't understand. You went over, you saw it said 4. You see it was a 4 and it was blue. Spot 224. How could you fuck that up? That was my whole deal.
Pretty much. For 20 minutes.
I'm like, how you not know where we parked? No, you gotta know where you're coming out. And she's just nodding her head, and she knows how I can get sometimes. She's like, let me just let this motherfucker get it out of his system. We're gonna be driving off soon, and but like the entire fucking time, I'm just like, this sucks. Why are you doing this? You should know where we parked. Look, we came up this way. Don't you think we should be taking the same way back down? That's how we can find the car, don't you think? It was like the whole fucking time. Right? But this go round, we found the car with ease.
No, it was the last 2 times.
I don't remember the previous time.
Yes, you do. It was the last time we went to the harbor.
That was easy too.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was easy too. So you're 2-0 right now.
Right.
Yeah. Versus, 45 and, so you...
He had a whole 20-minute bitching session about finding the car. This shit is heavy. I don't want to walk no more.
Fuck yeah. I'm fucking carrying the fucking camera equipment. I'm carrying all kinds of shit. I'm sweating like a, like a you-know-what. Man, I just want to unload this bitch. I just want to hop in. I want some AC already. And it's like, I can't remember where. First, it starts off real calm, right? Here's calm, collected, sweetly. Honey, do you remember where you parked? Oh yeah, we just went over here. Okay, all right. About 4 minutes later, hon, are you sure now? You know where you parked? Yeah, it's just over here. Like, well, this doesn't look familiar to me. So are you? Yeah, I'm sure it's just right over here. Like, oh, okay. Think Bill Bixby, Incredible Hulk. That I'm starting to get there now, right? I'm going, babe. I'm kind of sweating profusely a little bit here. We almost near the car? Oh, well, I'm not quite sure. Well, you just said 5 minutes ago that you were sure where you were going. And now you're telling me, right, that you're not really sure where you're going, when what you really should have done was tell me you weren't sure where the fuck we were going from the get-go so that I could quarterback it. Well, I'm pretty sure it's over here, so it's okay now. Okay. 7 more minutes go by. Okay, now Bill Bixby, I got the hawk eyes, and I'm literally, look, we really should be fucking by the car by now. What's the fucking problem?
So at this point, we have pretty much walked the circumference of the lower level parking garage.
We did a fucking round. We did a fucking full circle,
That's
and
what I'm saying.
we did no, but it's like we did a full circle, and we did the line, and we made that son of a bitch a Q. I'm like, what the fuck, man? So wait, so this gets better. This harbor story gets better. This harbor story gets even better. So
before we go over to meet up
right.
with them.
So before we go to Cadillac Ranch, lime green. That's all I want you to think about. Lime green.
Neon lime green.
Neon lime green. All right. Kiwi. No,
slime.
It's slime green. Yeah. Nickelodeon slime green. Mm-hmm. So, I'm riding shotgun. Tams pretty much knows where she's going at this point. I'm turning the navigator off. And Tams knows me by now, right? She knows that my eyes will, I don't miss nothing, especially a nicely shaped, attractive looking woman.
Ass.
Okay, ass. Okay, let's be honest. Ass. Okay, I noticed ass. So I'm just riding shotgun. I'm just looking, and anybody that's been there at the harbor, there's some, damn, what is she wearing? Well, apparently nothing at all. Like, okay. As was the case with slime green. So that's what we're going to call her. We're going to call her slime green. So I see this dark-skinned woman who's wearing this lime green skirt. Okay, it's like a one-piece dress, but it's Ohio players. Skin tight. Ow, 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 ow. Skin tight. Oh, Lord have mercy. Skin tight. It's skin tight. And I say to Tams, something along the lines of, damn, babe, look at that over there. That girl about to show the whole goddamn world, huh? And right on fucking cue, when Tams looks.
No, I was actually already looking, but
it was right when I said that, because that's when she bent over. Yeah.
Yeah, but right. I was already looking.
Okay, well, that's nice to know that you were already, you were already.
I knew that.
You knew what I was looking at. So right when I say that fucking line, homegirl bends over, okay? And the way she bends over, she doesn't do the, oh my God, I dropped something. Let me actually bend down as if I'm trying to get down on one knee. Or, oh my God, I dropped something. Let me almost get down like I am trying to hit the I want to marry you proposal. No, homegirl bends with her ass first. And the next thing I know, that joint, right on cue, I just hit that Dave Matthews Band. Hike up your skirt a little more. Show your world to me. Mm-hmm. Little boy's dream. No draws. No draws. And I just was like, Lord have mercy. You got everybody all up in your business. Like, that ain't good. That ain't good. And then she had the nerve to kind of turn around after the fact. Like, oh, I hope ain't nobody. Nah, honey, it was broad daylight. We saw your slime green ass. We saw it all. You ain't do it right. What you really should have done, you should have turned first, let the people walk past you, then bend over, however you need to bend over, grab what you needed to grab, and then keep it moving along. So yeah, that was oof. That was.
That wasn't the face you was making in the car on Saturday.
Well, you know.
Would you have time to think about it?
Yeah, a little bit of mystery I prefer. You know? I mean, damn, you already got a nice size, you know, you got a nice shape and all that. You know, why you gotta be all, you know, here? You know?
See? Do you see? They see it. Y'all see it? See?
You know, why you gotta be all, you know, just... Can't you leave a little mystery out there? Just a little tiny bit. That ain't asking too much. You know? I don't get some of these women, seriously. I don't. I don't want to understand it. I mean, look, if you got it, you got it. But for me personally, I just... If I want to look at stuff like that, you know, honey, put on that nice little, you know, sexy outfit or, you know, whatever. Look up some porn or, you know, come on, let's be honest, right? I mean, we're all adults here. I mean, come on. But when you see that type of stuff out there on the street, it's kind of like, damn, you know, look like you're tricking. you know, I mean, the brother was about ready to roll down the window. Hey, honey, what does $10 get me, huh? $10 get me boom, boom, everything?
Shit. Might get you a look. at these inflated prices.
Breaking news. Prostitutes have been dealing.
Take Klarna.
Breaking news. Prostitutes have been hit with the inflation the past year and a half. If you now want to talk sexual arrangements and all that, prostitutes are now pretty much saying, hey, look, you can have it with flex pay. However do you want it, baby? I give it to you. We do 3-month installment. We do 5 month. We do 6 month. We got you, girl. We got you. Hey, big daddy, flex pay. You know PayPal. You know, easy for interest-free payment. We got your hookup, baby. Come on, boom boom box. Didn't y'all used to do your thing on Craigslist back page?
They shut that shit down, baby. We got too hot now. We do 4 interest-free payment. Look, you what? You what? Don't waste my motherfucking time. Come on, hot box, baby, hot box. 4 interest-free payments.
Oh, tell you, man, inflation's hard. It's hit them hard, man. It's hard out here for a pimp, and it's hard out here for a hoe. Tricking ain't easy. Seriously, Slime Green looked like she was tricking. Seriously. I appreciate the view, but she looked like she was tricking. And she was as bad as the girl that was across the street that was wearing the black licorice outfit. And I said to you, what is she wearing? And it was like some Scarlet Bordeaux type of shit, right? She was wearing that out in public, except it was more skin. I know that's kind of hard to believe, right? But like, wait a minute, Scarlet Bordeaux kind of barely. It was like a whole lot of skin, and you were like, apparently nothing. Yeah, we cracked a couple of jokes, and then we just kept moving along. Shit.
They were dressing for the weather.
Yeah.
Hey, honey, listen here. Good hot boom boom right here. Hot boom boom box. All you gotta do is collect 4 coupons from specially marked boxes of Post cereal. Collect them all and you get boom boom box.
Yeah. Coochie coupons.
Coochie coupons. Coochie coupons. Oh shit, you just made a new trend. Coochie coupons.
Oh shit! When Tammy's on a roll. Oh god, that was good. Coochie coupons. This is the one thing I remember from this episode. Coochie coupons. Slime green and coochie coupons. That's all I'm gonna remember. Everything else is irrelevant. Maybe I should title this episode Coochie Coupons. I think that's a good eye catcher, right? Like, motherfucker just on social media. Oh, time to start the workday. All right, let me see what podcast I'm going to listen to here. Coochie coupons. Coochie coupons and sludge slime. What the fuck is that? Oh, God. Oh, God. You see how this show works? We start off kind of cold. And then we get nice and warm. And then usually by the time it ends, it's hot. It's hot. Like a coochie coupon. Get water hot. Oh, you can't look. And then you also, here's the thing: you gotta know when to roll out. You gotta know when to hold 'em, when to fold 'em. Know when to walk away. Know when you're done. You never count your cards when you're sitting at the table. When the barbecue is ready, that means the ribs are done. You know. You gotta roll out on that note. I ain't going nowhere past. That's it. We're done on that note. That's it. Coochie coupon, sludge slime. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. I'm sorry for ruining a classic song there. Oh God. Whew. All right, I'll try to gather myself here. Lord have mercy. I don't think there's anything else more. Let me just seriously. I don't even want to go. Yeah. I'm looking at the rest of the docket. Fuck that topic. Which will. Woo!
Condoms.
Woo! Condom. Let me tell you something. Woo! Nature boy, Ric Flair here. What did he tell you guys? Before you pound it, woo! Make sure you grab some wool condoms. Gonna help yourself to that trick?
I don't know why I got him sounding like Bill Cosby, but it's whatever.
Woo! Gonna go over to that trick? Before you give her those coochie coupons, make sure you got yourself some wool condoms. Put them on. Never get out. Woo! Just... With my condoms, you don't have to worry about Plan B. Oh shit. Ooh. Wings. Whew. That was good. All right. So that's it. Programming notes. Man, fuck the programming notes. Man, just follow a nigga on social media. You'll know when the next show is. I'm doing something Wednesday. It's just yada, 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 yakety smackety. She's Tams. I'm Lee Sanders. Thank you guys for listening. Oh, God. This is the most fun I've had. Oh, God. Whew. Woo. All right.